So I am here with the queen of everything, as I've heard, Laurie Salmi. So as you know, we're going around touring WEC today, just getting an idea for really why this venue is just amazing. So I wanted to hear from you specifically. I know moving Region 12 to WEC was a big decision, and
Yes.
so I would love people to be able to hear directly from you why this was a really good decision and what it brings to the Arabian breed.
Well, it came as a surprise. Obviously, in December, John Rannenberg and I toured here when I think it was the Tom Powers Quarter Horse Show was going on, and we did a walkthrough. We talked to Rodney Gutierrez, the sales manager here, and we kind of looked around and said, "I wonder if we could come here." And so we began basically a month-long deliberation and negotiation with WEC, and the executive committee for Region 12, as well as the show committee, looked at all possible things. Myron did negotiations and got the numbers for us, and based on the projected entries, everything came within budget. So the show committee did a unanimous recommendation to the executive committee.
Really? Unanimous?
Yes, and the executive committee, by our bylaws, are the ones that make the decisions for like this. And so they presented the information to the executive committee, and they also unanimously approved the move.
That's awesome. So what's the feedback been thus far? I know we're only a few days into the show, and I want to ask you about some of your favorite features in a second,
Okay.
but what's been the immediate feedback? I've been seeing some on social media, and it's been amazing, so I want to hear what you've heard.
The feedback I'm getting is that they've never seen anything like it. We have Keith Kritschke down here, and he is trying to figure out a way to get a Region 12 qualifier close to him so he could come next year.
Nice.
People are amazed by the footing, the stalls, the amenities, the restaurants, the grocery store, the gas station, the laundry facility, the RV park, the projected water park that's going to be coming in next year. And they're saying that they're excited because it's a destination location for the horse show.
Yeah.
So clearly it's a world-class facility that I've never seen the likes of.
Right.
And they are welcoming us with open arms, the Roberts family.
That's amazing, and it seems like this is transforming Ocala, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, it's transforming. I see hotels going up. I mean,
Yes.
It's completely changing Ocala, and you touched on, the stalls and everything, and I think that's, one thing I've heard and seen people talking about is like that people's horses are not going to want to come home from WEC.
Right?
The footing, the giant stalls, like the fans, there's the camera. I mean, it's and the beautiful dressing rooms.
Yes.
I mean, it's just. It makes it so easy to come to a horse show, and
Oh,
you're
it
not
is.
putting the strain on everyone and your horses as much
No.
as you are in other venues.
No, and the barns are so beautiful themselves that the trainers are having to do less build-outs and spend less money on lumber and drapes and extra tack stalls to try to make their barn area look nice. I mean, if you go perhaps into Mike Wilson's, I mean, it's totally minimalist, but the walls are clean and white. So it's so easy for them to do very little decorating, spend very little extra money that they don't need to spend, which
Right.
of course transfers savings to the exhibitors.
Yes. And lastly, I just want to say, I know we were talking a little bit about the number of horses here at the show.
I touched
So
it.
I please just give people a little context of like 2019 compared to now.
2019, we had 438 horses. We ran, 5 days of main ring, 6 days of sport horse, and we couldn't get 6 days of sport horse this year because of the way the dates are, so we had to combine the dressage into 2 days, which was difficult,
Right.
but we managed. But I talked to Marilyn this morning, and the current horse count is 605 horses. 605.
Wait, so 2019 was what?
438.
438, and now this year 605.
605. Yes. I'm astounded. I had a hopeful goal of 550, but we had kind of a break-even point of 500. So now we're at 605, and the sponsorship has been overwhelming. Purina stepped in to help with the live feed and sport horse. I mean, it's just that everybody wants to be here and be part of this. Some of the vendors from the Quarter Horse Show last week stayed on because they wanted to join us.
Wow.
It's just, and then you see like the people, the care of the grounds is beyond.
Oh my
me.
gosh, there's people everywhere.
Everywhere.
They're so nice.
Oh,
so
everybody's
helpful.
friendly. Yes. The stall cleaners. I spoke to a stall cleaner one day about their cleaning procedure.
Okay.
They scoop out the stalls, they blow out the stalls, they vacuum, and then they sanitize before the next horse comes in. And the stall cleaner was saying that Mr. Roberts, his whole thing is for the benefit of the horse.
Yep.
And then the stall cleaner made a very interesting comment that Mr. Roberts is the best boss he's ever had. So the employees are happy here.
that translates, and I think, to everything that happens here.
Yes.
And I love that. And you can, when you're here and you have a horse here, I mean, down to the footing, the stalls, kind of everything, how it's laid out, like it is done for the horse.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
I think that's what makes it so cool.
Yeah.
So, well, congratulations. I mean, like, I know
Thank
we're
you.
just gonna kind of getting this show started here, but it's so far been a tremendous success, I think, and I'm excited to be running around here and talking to everybody.
Yeah.
So,
well, and what's interesting is, you know, this is a new facility, new procedure, and the exhibitors are, you know, they're sending me texts and they're saying, this is great, I have a suggestion for next year, which is wonderful because everybody's thinking, how can we make this even better?
right,
Yeah.
people want this to work.
Yes,
So-
they most certainly want this to work.
Well-
And they can see the room for growth. And I mean, they're building a whole working Western Expo Center back there. Like I said, the water park, they're going to have a cross-country course eventually. So, I mean, full service.
It's
Every discipline.
it's insane. We'll include like a map of like the future build out stuff.
Yes,
It's
retail.
insane.
I mean, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, but it's a good overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much for
It's
doing
my
this.
pleasure. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.